Today, I'm critiquing the part 2 of the brutalist bunker home in Trousdale, Beverly Hills, and then I'm going to give it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you ever decide to build, design, or remodel a property like this, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the guy who makes sure you have the highest resale value when you buy, design, or remodel. Let's watch this video together.
I have to point out the ease of transition from the interior to the exterior with these seamless door openings.
Ease of getting into the pool. This is not a backyard. This is a balcony. And if you've watched part 1, you already know. The main problem is that they allocated that humongous motor cord to the center of the heart and they pushed everything out. And you end up with a balcony instead of a backyard.
On the floor, we have lava stone tiles throughout the outdoor terrace and the backyard. Speaking of seamless transitions, now we have the guillotine door tucked into the floor, and your main living room opens up to this insane unobstructed view. In fact, I'm going to walk onto the platform here that is situated in the center of the Infinity Edge pool and downtown Los Angeles all the way to the Pacific Ocean. You see the entire city.
But you don't see anything at all either. Why? Because they didn't center the house on one focal point. They tried to get two and they got neither. You see, the house is so blocky and chunky with concrete columns that in order to get the best view, you have to come not just to your backyard in an island in your swimming pool for the view corridor to open up enough so you get both Century City view and downtown LA view. This is criminal in my book. If you pay over the odds for a view property, one of the best view lots in all of Los Angeles, and you don't capture it, then why did you come here to begin with? What was the point?
And I can see myself in the morning coming here, getting some fresh air, enjoying the sunlight, and starting my day. This is an awesome feature. The Infinity Edge pool is good size. This section of the property is also nicely landscaped.
Yeah, that's a lot of landscaping. The pool takes 80% of the backyard and it has a little mini-me jacuzzi on the other side. It's like edge to edge. There is no area. Yeah. Even your dog would be disappointed.
Now, on the exterior of the property, I talked about how all the gutters and drain lines are tucked in within the roof and within the exterior walls. But here you can actually see the downspout and how it kicks all the rainwater to the exterior. I'm assuming they went with this direction so that they don't overwhelm the drainage system of the roof, because when you think about it, this is a massive property. So you have a lot of roof surface area and the interior sections are draining through the interior of the property all the way to the basement level and then to the city. But throughout the perimeter or the exterior walls, they're running the drains to the exterior. That way, if these drain lines were to be clogged, they can easily be serviced and not overwhelm the interior of the property.
Yeah, that's not good enough because the area is so tight and just having wet spots in the walkways that you have to take, otherwise you have to take the grass, is just not ideal.
Outdoor dining area, lounging beds, separate hot tub, and there's actually a pivot door here that opens up from the screening room. So again, you have easy transition to the outdoors. It's a nice cozy space. And I want to quickly point out, we have another powder room here with a really cool linear window detail that's tucked to the back. So you can see the natural light coming in, but you don't really see the window or the glass panel that they have placed there.
That looked like a maximum security cell. That was really scary. I would personally keep the door open when I'm using this. I was like, fine, you can look. Just don't close this door on me.
Now, why don't we go this way, Armand? There's a little deck. Look at this view. It is stunning, and it's such a beautiful day.
What happened to the brutalist architecture? It looks like a Mediterranean home's balcony. This is horrible. This does not go.
Trousdale is a neighborhood in Beverly Hills, and beyond that, the home is located on this ridge with unobstructed views. So you have privacy, you have a flat plot that you can maximize your square footage on. It is on one of the best streets in Trousdale Estates. So you're minutes away from the center of the city. You have unobstructed views. I mean, it's a AAA location. And on top of that, it's an all concrete structure built extremely well, maintained really well, over 18,000 square feet. So it will be really hard to recreate this property, or I don't even see someone having the guts, the time, the commitment, the want to create something like this ever again.
Thank God. We should celebrate that. Look, I'm not against brutalist architecture. It's not my favorite, but there's a time and a place and an execution, right? You got to do the lot justice. And they just did not do this lot justice. And they've extremely narrowed the buyer pool that would be interested in this property. I already said the best buyer is the one next door, already owns the other 2 lots. And this property would function amazingly as a car showroom. There's no families who would be interested in this because there's no backyard. And then you got to find a bachelor who has the best view lot but doesn't have the best views because you just don't see the view inside of the property. You have to go step out to the swimming pool to see it, and then not be attracted to all the other amazing view properties that LA offers for a lot less than this price.
Welcome to the screening room. We have a seating area here, bar on the other side, room is wide open, and on the back you can see the massive projector screen with tiered seating, exposed concrete columns. The entire space is wide open, and the scale here is just incredible.
This is perhaps my favorite area of the house, and I'll tell you guys why. But first, it should really have a screen where you can block the light during the day if you decide to watch a movie. But overall, I love movie theaters and screening rooms that really integrate naturally with the main living quarters of the house. So it becomes the default area where you're going to actually watch movies, watch Netflix, TV shows, and my channel, right? So you just end up using it a lot more often. And that's, to me, giving it utility, not an area in the basement that you rarely ever use.
Now, next up, let me take you to the bar. They have the same light fixtures that we saw in the kitchen, and you have your fridge, ice maker, sink, everything you need. It's a nice bar that complements this open entertainment section. Now, Arman, follow me this way.
Now, before we go this way, let's talk about this adult entertainment because I like it. The fact that you have 2 different areas, right? If you have a formal living space, which is central, you have a fireplace there, you could argue it's not going to get used as much, but at least on the right side, you clearly have a defined space. You have a bar, you have a lounge area, there's a piano, and there's the screening room. Very good. That separation, this area of the house will have a lot of reasons for people to come over here and spend time in it and enjoy it. I like that.
Back to the entry, I believe we forgot to mention this. That's where we have the elevator going down to the lower level, and I'll show you the elevator later. Now, going here, we have a long hallway, seating area, and in fact, to my right, we have the primary bedroom. We'll tour that last. And before we go there, let me show you this powder room. It's hard to not react to this property. Every time I walk into one of these spaces and see these custom fabricated elements, it impresses me.
This is like straight up some Frankenstein movie crap. I mean, to me, the whole property is a teardown. If anyone buys this, they have to completely renovate everything. And then they don't have that many options. Like, try to remove a wall here. It's all concrete. And the renovation cost is really high too. And just, redoing the pipes and electricity, it's much more difficult to do it on concrete than, drywall and other types of structures.
And now that we're on this section, you can see how this board form concrete bowl curves because we have the motor court to our right hand side.
The culprits. I really don't think this property needed an additional motor court wow factor. It's caused so many problems.
Now over here, we have 2 guest suites. To my right, we have the first one. Same absolute granite floors with the textured finish. Queen size bed, built-in headboard. I really like the light fixture here. Window assembly with 2 casements.
Oh my God. You get only 1 bedroom, your primary bedroom on the view side. None of the other bedrooms have views. This is horrible. And the finishes, when did they do this property? It's like, when was that wood finish even in? And it doesn't even contrast well with concrete. It has red tones in it. It's criminal, just criminal.
Good size guest suite. And on the other side, we have the detached guest suite. So I want to quickly take everybody there. Exterior access. And over on this side, we have a small patio, but I want to quickly turn this way to showcase this long walkway that actually takes you all the way to the primary bedroom suite.
That's really tight side setback to your neighbor. And we're going to talk about this in lot utilization. This house is maxed out. You're all the way at the border. Pretty common in Trousdale, but this is completely unusable. I mean, maybe good for your dog, but that's it.
Going to the other side, I want to quickly take everybody to the detached guest suite. The feel of the room is very cool.
Dude, this is the maid's quarters. Are you serious? What's cool about this? This is like the tightest, smallest room, looking into the neighbor's hedges. How is this so cool?
Now, some may watch this tour and point out that maybe there aren't enough bedrooms in this property. And to me, it's all about the end user experience. Not everybody seeks a lot of bedrooms.
What do you mean by a lot of bedrooms? So far, you've told us there's 3 bedrooms on this side. We just found out there's really 2, a primary bedroom and the last bedroom we saw. And then there's this, which is, ADU at best, if not maid quarters. Or your security person, right? Where are the other bedrooms? We're asking 65 million. This is smaller than my house. What do you mean? It's like there's a minimum requirement here, It's not a loft.
But if you were to want more bedrooms, you can easily convert the office and the library that we toured earlier.
What are you talking about? You won't have an office. Then you have a $65 million house without an office. Maybe the library, you could, add a bathroom to a separate bathroom. You still have to figure out a walk-in closet somewhere, which is going to be very difficult, will make it very weird. But even then, you have 3 bedrooms upstairs and an ADU outside, which is extremely limited. Very, very low requirements.
And I think with that, we're done with the main level of this property, except the primary bedroom. We're gonna tour that last. And now let me take you to the lower level. And that level is just as impressive as the main floor. The staircase here is quite dramatic.
And very narrow. And completely isolated from the rest of the house. Vertical connectivity is going to be crap. This is not central whatsoever.
And we arrived to the landing of the lower level where, to my right, we have a really nice powder room.
Lucky default, he just says, very nice powder room. He says the same thing about all the powder rooms. And they're completely different looking, but they're all nice.
Behind Armand is the main space that we're going to see in a second, but first, follow me this way so I can show you the utility section of the lower level. Storage room, and to my left, we have the laundry room, stainless steel countertop with cabinetry down below, and I love these custom open shelves.
So you're telling me we don't have a laundry room upstairs? Great. The laundry room is in the basement. Fantastic.
Even the laundry room is very industrial and very much about utility. I love it. Next up, we have the staff quarters, 2 single beds. We have a massive window assembly here with an exterior door opening up to the side of the property.
This is a prison yard, dude. This is, you get 23 hours of lockdown. You get 1 hour a day to just walk. This is it. So they're counting this as a bedroom. And you still have 4. So as is, it's really a 4-bedroom. Unless there's a bedroom that he's not showing us.
Please come on in. Welcome to the main section of this level. And without a doubt, one of the craziest and impressive rooms I've ever seen in Los Angeles.
Okay, let's talk about the basement because I don't mind this. In fact, I like when you go down the stairs and you immediately open up to a really large volume, and they've done that. I like that. I really dislike when you go into a hallway and there's just rooms of different experiences and you have to get out of one room, go to a hallway to another experience. I like this big central opening area, but let's see how they've utilized it.
Given that we're on the lower level of this property, some of the utilities here are feeding the amenities, the rooms, bathrooms upstairs.
Let me translate. The sewer lines are right here. Okay, so when somebody's flushing the toilet, this stool is going to go right above your head, all the way down to the septic or the city line.
And going to the other side, we have these built-ins. Whether it's the aluminum work, the rivets, glass fronts, how these built-ins are lit up.
I'm surprised they have vases here. I was expecting like witchcraft, like human eyeballs, brains, some chemicals. This is straight up some villain dungeon. Horrible. I'm not down. And I don't see any type of utility beside a freaking pool table. Like, where is the bar? Come on.
And the other aspect that I want to talk about is how dry and airtight this lower level is. Now, the home was constructed in 2014, completed around 2017, so it's roughly 8 years old. And the fact that I can't find a single corner or a section where I can see some seepage of moisture tells me everything I need to know about how they constructed this home.
Right there. Dude, come on. What are these lines that are these not watermarks here? What is this then? I see lines dripping over here. There's watermarks everywhere.
Sorry for all that technical information. Let me take you into the wine cellar. Beautiful millwork.
Beautiful transition. Very seamless. I'm surprised you didn't say that. You go from concrete with an aluminum door to a very cheap looking wine cellar. Horrible. This is, look, it has one chair you can drink by yourself. This is the worst wine cellar. It has to be.
Next up, we have this elevator room, or where they have the motor or some of the utilities for the elevator. And even here, room is so nicely designed.
What are you talking about? What's so nice about this?
And now let me show you the elevator. I know I mentioned where it is on the first floor, but why don't we open it up here? Amma, you're not ready for this. Let me see, it might be actually here. Perfect. Okay, so this heavy door opens up. The metal screen detail that I showed you by the railing, they have it also here. When you open up the door, it's like a freight elevator. Same stone flooring. Look at this concrete elevator shaft.
Look, it's not the craziest choice for this brutalist architecture. I'm not surprised. I'm glad it has one and it's central to the whole house because that stairway was extremely isolated for vertical connectivity. But yeah, you get a freight elevator, you know? You can move stuff with it.
Now going back out, on the other side, we have the cigar lounge, built-ins, thermometer.
Is that a lounge? Are you serious? Yeah, there's not even a place to sit down. You have to smoke standing up. Hot box, the freaking cigar lounge. Oh my God. What a horrible distribution of wine cellar and cigar lounge. Like, you didn't have to box it in like this, you know?
Door opens up to a long hallway that hides the bedroom. Same reclaimed hardwood floors. And then you come to this point where we have the bathroom to our right. But first, let me take everybody this way so we can check out the bedroom. It is grand, spacious. The span here is fantastic. And the view on the other side.
It's like they looked at the focal points. They're like, okay, here's Century City. Let's put this column right here. Okay? We don't want to see that. Horrible. It's so bad.
We have this glass door opening up to the side of the property. Armand, let's take everybody outside. I would love to wake up in this bedroom, walk to this patio every single morning and start my day. This has to be one of the coolest little outdoor spaces we've ever showcased on our channel. The fact that this patio is like, what, 15 feet away from your bed? Just incredible. It's breathtaking.
What do you mean? Where did you expect it to be? Did you expect it to be 2 miles away? Of course the patio is outside the bed. Does that even make sense? Oh my God. The patio outside of the bedroom is outside of the bedroom. You can't expect the patio outside of the bedroom not be outside of the bedroom. Am I making sense here? Because I don't think he's making sense.
Now, Armand, meet me on the other side so we can go check out the primary bathroom, which is wild. Same granite floors, and this is the first side of your main vanity. Again, the custom details, the rivet, how the sink is fabricated, waterworks fixtures, and look at this standalone mirror with the industrial lights on each side. Now next up, walk-in shower. Definitely spacious, 2 rain heads.
This is not a walking shower. This is a horse shower. This is for animals. I like how they've put a wood stool there to just soften things up a little bit.
And it has a 2 entry point, one here, one on the other side. I love this industrial look. Look at the handles, this little custom cabinetry. And on the other side, we have the back section or the other section of the vanity. Crazy. Now next up, let's take a look at this freestanding tub. Never seen a feature like this before, whether it's the stone platform with recessed in lights. How this custom tub is bolted to the ground. The curvature, the interior of the tub, and this tub filler that looks like a gas pump.
Can you imagine if you're single, like you go out one night, you meet someone, things get a little romantic. You ask her to like, hey, would you like to go in the bathtub with me? you walk her over here. She's like, what the hell do you think I am? An animal? This is not designed for humans. Oh my God. Look at the fire hose on that.
Now, over here, we have the first closet. This is the smaller one with built-in cabinetry, exterior access, 2 water closets. This is the first one. We have another one on the other side. And here we have
2 horrible wood finishes next to each other. It kind of tells me maybe they just didn't know how to work with different color woods and put pallets together. So they decided to go all concrete. Horrible. I'm going to give it an Arvin score. But this is what you should really know. This lot could have carried a $85 million exit. They're at 65. And in my opinion, it's worth less than dirt value for the 99.9% of the buyers. You might find a bachelor billionaire who is not crazy about views or backyards and just wants to overpay for an architectural style that doesn't fit the lot really well, but just loves this brutalist look, okay? Might come and pay you a little bit more. The best buyer for this property is by far the next door neighbor. I'm sure he's aware of it, but he's not willing to pay ridiculous amount of money for it as they're asking. I already gave a price valuation in part 1. Follow that. Now, before I jump into the Arvin score and do the 10 principles of quality, if you have your floor plan, architectural style, and you want your design to be flaw-proof before you submit it to the city, I would love to be that voice of reason, to identify different avatars of the property for you so you won't be the only one who likes the property. Fix the flaws so when you submit that plan, you won't have regrets when you see the property in person, because I can visualize from the plan to the finished product and guide you through the whole time. 1 year of support for very affordable for how expensive real estate mistakes are. Location. This is an easy 10. One of the best streets, one of the best locations. It's an absolute 10. Lot quality. Look, you get about half an acre flat, which is on top of the hill. I'm going to give it an 8. Lot utilization. You're definitely gated from the street. And this circular motor court really gives you that, not a driveway experience, but a wow anticipation, you know, that build up before the view releases. So it does have that approach, feel, vibe, and energy, but then it doesn't have anything else. They went all in on the approach, used the best part of the lot for this area where you're going to keep a void, and you ended up with no side setbacks and one of the smallest backyards in all of Trousdale. It's going to get a 2. Privacy. No one looks into the property, but you're just way too close to your neighbor. And for that reason, it's going to get an 8. Lot orientation. South facing, a little bit of east. Fantastic. I'm going to give it a 9. Okay, architecturally speaking, without the finishes, okay? I'm not talking about the finishes. Just the, you know, the shell of the property, not lot utilization. It's not bad. This whole circular driveway is interesting if you have acreage for it. Okay? If you have massive amount of space for it, it's an interesting design, but not for this lot. I'm still going to give it a 7 for executing a brutalist architecture correctly. Views. It gets a 7 when it could have been a 10. It could have been a 9.5 easily. They just did not design the property to optimize the best view for the property, which is absolutely one of their biggest mistakes. Layout. This was horrible. You do have the wow factor when you walk in, but it could have been way better. You really have 2 bedrooms on the upper floor. You have an ADU on the outside for your driver security. And then you have 1 maid's quarters where it looks like a prison cell. So you're really buying what? Like a 2-bedroom plus a guest house? Just not enough bedroom distribution. The flow from the kitchen to the living area was okay. Formal dining room was in the wrong place. Adult area was pretty good. I'm going to give it a 5. Scale. Pretty standard. There were some rooms like the library and the office were very vertical, but overall the ratios were really good in the basement in different levels. I thought they did a really good job with volumes and having things proportional. I'm going to give them an 8. Finishes. I really think these finishes, especially the aluminum, really cheaped out. It's just not a luxury metal. It looks cheap and it is cheap. What would have been really much more interesting if you used other alloys, maybe bronze, maybe copper, maybe brushed finishes, and still kept that industrial look a little bit with a little bit warmer colors than doubling down on this gray on gray on gray on gray. For that reason, I'm going to give it a 1 because as is, it's a complete gut job, if not a complete teardown. Now, this is the Arvin score. If you want to join the inner circle, check out this QR code. I would love to help you if you need help. And this is another crazy structure that I absolutely dislike. Watch the video and let me know what you think. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.